Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for joining me in a practice of self-inquiry and discovery. Hopefully through a continued practice of passive acquisition of understanding, you can grow in connection with yourself and with the world. And hopefully this wisdom can teach you and me and all of us to find some peace in what is. I wanted to briefly talk about why we have been lingering on our focus of the body for, this will be the third week now, and I'm thinking final week for a while. We'll come back to it, but my reasons are twofold. First one is a little selfish. It's what I'm feeling I need. And I think that I am hearing a call to really listen to my body. Try and listen to the wisdom that it is trying to impart upon me. I think I've spent so much of my life trying to ignore what my body has to say for the very legitimate purpose of just getting work done, whether that be you're hungry or you're tired or whatever. Gotten really good at ignoring that. So trying to, without losing that skill, to learn another path as well. That of subtle impatience, of just listening, just being. Allowing conversation with my subconscious, with my body wisdom, not to overuse that term, to have a voice in my consciousness, my conscious life. And the second reason that we've focused on the body for 3 weeks now is we focus, and we will again, and we do a lot on the breath, and there's a lot of reason to do that. But that's a very narrow point of focus. It's a very diligent micro point. And we do not, in life at large, frequently have the privilege of being in a space where we can do that. More often we're in a space where we're tracking a million things. And the opportunity here is to allow those things broadly to wash over you. To see them all as discrete pieces, and to not become attached or fixated. Do not magnify one, let it take on more weight, more importance, more significance than it should, or then serves you in this greater space of allowing things to be around you. And that's a very valid point too, just allowing. Being a space of not trying to control every little thing, just letting it be, letting it occur. With that in mind, let's begin by finding a gentle relaxation of the eyes, whether that be to close them entirely or to let them close partially and allow your gaze to unfocus, to release from the world around you, from attaching to or seeking out objects and understanding of your environment. Just passively let your vision absorb information. It's going to do it whether you want to or not, so you really don't need that extra effort. As we will soon with our body. Just letting the information wash in. Bringing the attention for a moment to the neck. Finding a good posture for you. Finding one that allows the crown of the head to be as tall and strong as possible. And for most of us, that means a slight forward tip of the head. Crown of the head is, I think, for a lot of us, a little bit further back than we really think it is. I'm lucky I have this little bump right there, so it's easy to remember, hard in headstand poses in yoga. Coming back to the head and the jaw, allowing the jaw to soften, perhaps allowing space between the teeth, allowing the muscles of the eyes to relax, allowing the muscles of the forehead and the temples to relax as much as you can. Going down to the shoulders. Allowing them to rest away from the ears. And without bringing too much muscular tension in, can you broaden across the front of your collarbone? Allow your shoulders to gently reach back towards one another. Coming now down to your hands, the posture you find them in. Let that posture be one that fosters the opening of the shoulders, the relaxation of the shoulders. It can be straight or with a bend in them, just whatever helps the rest of the body relax. Feeling their weight on your knees or your hips or your thighs, just letting it be there. Knowing it'll be there. Knowing that future practice will be part of our landscape of consciousness, that grounding of the hands, maybe the arms, to the legs in some way. Now to our pelvis, finding a neutral tilt that neither overemphasizes the arch of the lumbar spine, nor removes it entirely. Play with tilting it back and forth until one finds the optimal height, optimal feeling of strength and stability in the lower back. Now bringing our awareness to the feeling of the tip of our pelvis left to right, trying to find neutrality there and balance, even if we're sitting cross-legged and one hip must necessarily be higher than the other. We still bring equal attention and equal weight to both halves. Finding balance wherever we are. Making sure that our knees and shins, calves can be lower than our thighs and our pelvis. That means raising the pelvis and the sits bones and the booty up onto a pillow or a cushion or a chair or a meditation bench, meditation stool. This allows for freedom in the pelvis to be wherever it ought to be right now. Feeling grounding, feeling our connection to the earth, to our props, to the world, allowing that point to be a point of reflection as gravity pushes us down into the ground, pulls us down into the ground. At that point of connection, our body raises up, like a mountain or a tree, as close to vertical as is comfortable for us, finding strength and height in our connection to the earth. Now taking 3 calming, deep breaths, inhaling fully, exhaling completely. The next 2 on your own natural breath rhythm. Inhaling, feeling the abdomen, the chest, the torso expand in every direction, up into our armpits as deeply as we can. Exhaling all of the air out. A sense of compression. Last breath, if you haven't done it already, let it be the strongest, biggest, deepest breath of the day. Same with the exhale. The constriction of the abdomen forcing all of the air out of our lungs. Allowing our breath to return to its normal rhythm, allowing our awareness to rest upon it. I'm just watching our breath. Trying to let go of the doing of the making of the breath happen. Trusting that the body will take over, as it has every single time we've done this before. Just observe your breath, like you're observing a nature documentary with interest, curiosity, allow there to be a sense of space between you and this part of your embodiment. And now, if you haven't done so already, just mindfully finding a point of focus from which our awareness of the breath will originate. Portal to the breath, if you will. Whether it be the chest or the torso, the abdomen, the skin of your body, the skin of your face, your sinuses or nostrils. Just for a few minutes, observing the breath in this moment. And as thoughts, feelings our emotions, bigger constructs of these components enter our field of awareness. Whether it be about what we're doing right now, this sitting, breathing practice, or about something that you're reminded of, something you're reminded you have to do. And when you're aware of this distraction, just noting it, noticing the feeling of becoming aware of it, of awakening to what your consciousness is on right now. Gently leading it back to the breath. And at this moment, allowing your conscious awareness, the embodiment of your breath, to zoom out, to enlarge. Allow yourself to perceive and view all sensations regarding your breath. Just taking them all in without judgment or thought, without storytelling, without seeking a why to our breath. Now, zooming out even further, allowing your consciousness to reside in the panorama of your body, your sense of feeling, felt space, muscular and nerve feedback. And like with our breath, just observing all of it, taking it all in. Again, no judgment, just passive observation. You've been sitting this way for a while now. And your inquiry inward to your body. Taking note now of any particular acute discomfort. And deciding in this moment whether you want to do something about it. Whether observation of it, inquiry into it, inquiry into how this feeling affects your consciousness, affects your emotional state. Seeing the strings for a moment that bind these things. And if this discomfort is bordering on pain, if it's preventing you from maintaining a vast, open awareness of your body, then deciding in this moment to take care of yourself. Slowly and mindfully make an adjustment that allows for more comfort and balance of your senses. And in this moment too, perhaps scanning the body as we sort of do at the beginning of every practice. This time, paying special note to any places you might be gripping. There might be muscular tightness. I'm wondering if there's anything you can do to ease that tightness, cramping, that tension. Maintaining just enough tension to hold yourself in this posture for a few more minutes. And being curious if any of the gripping is excessive, unnecessary. It's there because you're used to needing to do that gripping to protect yourself in some way. What would happen if you relinquished some of that tension? And then coming, as we do, back to a whole sense of the body. Aware of the breath, aware of the sensations of grounding, aware of any acute sensations as they may enter our field of awareness and pass through. Aware of where we're actively engaging and sitting, and where we can release. We've been sitting now for 25 minutes, so we'll sit now for 5 minutes of silence, and we'll end with the bell as we usually do in our practice. Just allowing the awareness to surface back into the body, into our engagement with the world around us. Letting the eyes slowly open or flutter open, representing your practice. Stretching those bones that may have gotten achy while you've been sitting, folding forward into the lower back, maybe reaching arms overhead, allowing some space in those shoulders. May you find peace and health and joy in the rest of your day and your undertakings. Until we see each other again. Namaste.